Oceoni gade wo. Needs a lek undarska dandloska. Ozali helizi ziluftike. Good evening. This is the Tribal Council meeting of the Cherokee Nation. We're very happy that you are here. At this time, I'd like to call on Councilor Baker. Would you please give the blessing on the meeting?
And for all the rain that you've given to us. And we thank you for all the blessings that you've bestowed upon the Cherokee Nation. And we ask for your wisdom tonight as we deliberate these different acts and resolutions. We ask these things in Christ's name. Amen.
At this time, would have our legislative coordinator, Shelley, would you do the roll call?
Yes, sir. Bill England. Keith Austin. Here. Jack Baker. Here. Harley Buzzard. Joe Berg.
Ani?
Shawn Crittenden. John Garvin. Frankie Hargis. Present. Wanda Hatfield. Rex Jordan. Dick Lay.
Here.
Curtis Snell.
Here.
Denise Taylor. Here. David Thornton. Victoria Vesquez.
Honey.
David Walkenstick. Brian Warner. We do have a quorum.
Okay, the minutes were mailed to you at this time. I entertain a motion to approve.
So moved. Second.
Got a motion and second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, the ayes have it. Okay, we'll drop down to the State of the Nation. Principal Chief Bill John Baker.
OCO, and welcome to the April Tribal Council meeting. This is the first meeting since I've been Principal Chief that my mother has not been sitting in the audience. Yesterday we took her to the hospital, and today they told her about 4 o'clock that she could go home, so she pulled the tubes out and commenced to getting dressed, and she's already home. So, thank you. Yeah, we've had a busy month. Many of us were able to go up to the Sam Hyder Clinic for the opening of it, which, if you haven't been there, you need to go. It is a $14 million facility replacing an 80-year-old hospital of half its size. The employees seem to be just tickled to death of how bright it is, how easy it is to get the patients through the flow of the clinic, and it's something that will change the lives and the health care of our Cherokee people and that part of the Cherokee Nation for generations to come. We also broke ground just over in Vian for 30 1,200 square foot homes and a housing addition just outside of town, just to the north, which will help 30 Cherokee families achieve the American dream when those houses are complete. And I never believed that the first Americans should be the last Americans to enjoy the American dream. We also launched the groundbreaking of a 39,000 square foot facility in Grove, Oklahoma, a new casino just across Sailboat Bridge that the community of Grove has welcomed us with open arms, with all kinds of help to get it off the ground, to create more dollars, more jobs. Should be about 175 jobs in the Grove area for our Cherokee citizens. and create dollars so that we can do more health care, more education, and more housing for our people. If you, as you're leaving, you can see outpost number 1 is opened, minus the fuel tanks. So it's going to be another 90 days? Something about 90 days before it's fully functional with all the fuel tanks. But it is a really nice venue to get a hamburger, to get a hot meal, to get a salad. It's just really going to have so many more opportunities for employees to walk over and get something besides chips and candy bars. Short of that, I've got an announcement. I sent one of these by email to each of the council people, but there's going to be a Remember the Removal to Rebirth the Cherokee Nation in Indian Territory at the Skelly Mansion on Friday, April 22nd at 6:30. They're asking for RSVPs, and they said it'd be business attire and valet parking. So the speaker is Stephen Inskeep, and he was the author of Jackson Land. So it ought to be informative and entertaining as well. Brings me to the part of the program that we mentioned those that were with us last month that are not with us this month. So if you'll bear with me just a moment. In our deaths, we've got Pamela Huddleston Bickford of Chelsea, Fabian Bird of Stillwell, Charles Colvin of Locust Grove, Philip Crittenden of Halbert, the son of former counselor Chief Don Crittenden, Tabitha Cheminsky of Tulsa, McKenna Downs of Grove, Sharon Glasgow of Tulsa, Janie Goings of Claremore, sister of our Chief of Staff, Chuck Hoskin, Merle Gregory of Stillwell, Donna Hawkins of Tahlequah, Harold Hicks of Tahlequah, Stephen Johnson of Collinsville, Charles Jones of Tahlequah, Edith the Knight of Stillwell, mother of Diane Kelly, Rita Land of Barnsdall, Deborah Ledbetter of Tulsa, Arthur Mills of Nowata, Don Patterson of Stillwell, Charles Perry of Nowata, Joseph Rothers of Stillwell of Salisaw, Alvin Schrum of Wagner, Mark Jim Smith of Stillwell, Herlene Stevens of Tulsa, Leon Sulzer of Grove, Carla Summerfield of Jay, Cassie Thompson of Muldrow, Walter Treasure of Tahlequah, David Turner of Stillwell, Buffalo Whitekiller of Tahlequah. He was the vet that we featured 2 months ago on the big screen because he couldn't make it to the honoring for his medal award and warrior award. Mackenzie Wilcox of Grove, and Tony Wilson of Veneta. Are there any others that we did not get on our list? Bill?
Yes, Chief. Barbara Dunlap in Tulsa.
Thank you. Jack?
Nick Nail, who is one of the founding members of our Albuquerque group.
Keith? I'm sorry.
Victoria Coleman of Claremore.
Ted Lawson Jr. of Stillwell.
Paul Fishing Hawk of Locust Grove.
Billy Adair Stillwell, my cousin.
I'm sorry. If we could have a moment of silence for these and any others that we are not aware of now. Wado?
Thank you, Chief. At this time, we'll have our Cherokee Warrior Veterans Awards. Deputy Chief.
Mr. Speaker, honorable council, staff, and guests, this evening we have 3 veterans to honor for their service to this country with a Warrior Award. And I'd like the at-large council members, Mr. Baker and Ms. Hatfield, to come down and help with this. The first veteran this evening is Cruz Langsford. Can you come down, sir? Let's give him a hand. I'm going to read this bio. On April 30, 1944, Mr. Langsford joined the United States Navy 3 months before he turned 18 years old. He attended basic training in Galveston, Texas. In October of 44, he was shipped to Manus Harbor in the Seidler Islands, only 7 months after the islands were secured from the Japanese. Seaman Langsford was stationed on the Harry Lee, an amphibious ship that carried troops and landing boats to areas of conflict. He worked on the smoke boat that was placed in front of the ships. If an enemy ship or plane tried to attack the ship, the smoke boat crew would build smoke to cover the ship so they couldn't be seen by the enemy. He remembers several times his ship came under attack by the Japanese and the smoke boat saved the ship from attack. He remembers burying people in water graves during attacks, but is thankful that only 1 sailor on his ship died in combat. Seaman Langsford landed troops on the Luzon Islands and on Iwo Jima right before the American flag was raised. He was on the boat crew responsible for transporting the wounded back to the medical ships for surgery. After the war, the 1st Cavalry was transported on the Harry Lee to Yokohama, Japan. He remembers downtown Yokohama had been completely destroyed and only a few safes were left standing amid the ruins of the buildings. Seaman Langsford was honorably discharged on April of 1946. He received numerous medals, ribbons, and stars for his service to America and restoring peace around the world. And sir, I want to thank you on behalf of this nation for your service. Thank you very much.
If you're for active duty, you can actually put that on your uniform.
I don't think they want me to.
You got somebody you'd like to get a picture with?
Yeah, my boy and my daughter.
Come on down.
Come on down.
Let's get this
More the
one
merrier.
coming down.
You want to get this one
Yeah, let's
first?
get this one extra.
Okay. Okay.
I tried to sign up here a while back, they said 90 was too old.
Come right on over. Get in here close.
Once you get ready.
I'll get the Would you like to say anything, sir?
No, I appreciate the Cherokee Nation and the honor that they've given me, and I remember long to live. Thank you.
Councilman Thornton, would you like to come and help with this one, please? Our next veteran is Junior Ray Phillips. Let's give him a hand.
Have you heard of Black Gun, Chief?
Junior Phillips entered the United States Navy 2 months before he graduated from high school. After becoming a seaman apprentice, he became an aviation apprentice, where he served as a flight engineer on patrol planes. He ran every control on the plane except the throttle. He trained pilots from Panama, Cuba, Jamaica, England, France, Argentina, and America to operate personal transport planes. In 1955, he was stationed in the Philippines, where he ran air patrol and sea-to-air rescues. He then served on the aircraft carrier, the USS Essex. In 1958, Russia threatened Lebanon with the use of nuclear weapons. President Eisenhower responded to the threat by authorizing Operation Blue Bat. The operation involved 14,000 men that were supported by a fleet of 70 ships in the Mediterranean. Petty Officer Phillips, aboard the USS Essex, took part in a show of force as the United States launched 36 planes over the Lebanon Valley. The Essex then began her trek around the northern hemisphere through the Suez Canal, where they took part in Operation Formosa Strait by supplying ammunition to Taiwan, who was engaged in conflict with China. Petty Officer Phillips was honorably discharged in 1961. Mr. Phillips says that he saw many beautiful places while in the Navy: Italy, Greece, Spain, South Africa, Turkey, and Egypt. But he wouldn't give 15 cents for any of them if they weren't here in Oklahoma. He is an ordained minister and has served as a pastor for 35 years. For 28 of those years, he was the pastor of Buckhorn Free Will Baptist Church. In 2012, Mr. Phillips was honored by graduation from Warner High School, 60 years to the day that he would have graduated had he not volunteered to serve his country. That's quite a story there, I'll tell you. He received numerous awards from the United States Department of Defense, as well as the Daughters of the American Revolution. He says his greatest award was his ordination certificate when he became an ordained minister. Sir, on behalf of this nation, I want to thank you for your service to this country and to our Lord. Thank you very much.
Before your awards are something that you earn, not something we just give you.
First time I have dropped the medal. Yeah. We can forget it. I can still bend over and pick it up.
Yeah.
We might be speaking Chinese.
Japanese, or Sherman, or something. Come on. Get right in here.
Here we go. Everybody look at me. All right.
Thank you.
And there's a box in there for them.
Is that-
Anything else you'd like to say?
Well, I always told my wife, she'd say, "What do you want for Christmas?" And I'd say, "Well, I've got everything I want, just to buy me a sack to put it in." And I said, "You don't know how to ask a preacher." Thank you.
Oh, my. Cherokees are humorous.
And if Councilman Baker and Council Lady Hatfield would come down again with this one. This is an at-large veteran. His name is Lewis M. Sutton. Lewis, would you come forward, sir? Councilman Garvin's coming down too. He's family. Part of the family. And a little bit about his bio here. After Germany invaded Poland and occupied most of Europe, tensions were high across the world and it looked like America was going to be involved. Anticipating the role in global theater, Lewis Sutton enlisted in the United States Army in February of '41. He then went to Cook and Baker's School in Fort Sill, and after Pearl Harbor was sent to weapons school near Killeen, Texas. He learned about all types of guns, grenades, explosives, mines, and tank destroyers. He sailed on a British ship, the New Amsterdam, and was 2 days out of Glasgow, Scotland on D-Day, June 6, 1944. Once on the ground, he was shipped to Normandy for combat. He led a tank destroyer company, and his first large battle lasted 8 days. When the Germans started the Battle of the Bulge in December of 1944, Mr. Sutton and his company were sent to Belgium. He remembers crossing Luxembourg into Belgium and settling up a line to prevent the Germans from attacking. He remembers hearing Silent Night being played on a record player on Christmas Eve as he was on patrol. After the Battle of the Bulge, they crossed the Rhine River and headed to Munich, were there when the victory in Europe was declared on May 8, 1945, VE Day. They were at the foot of the mountain where Hitler's Eagle Nest was located and where he had committed suicide only 8 days before. In October of 46, Mr. Sutton reenlisted and spent 20 months in Korea, where he was promoted to Sergeant First Class. Once stateside, he was assigned to the Ordnance School as an instructor at Aberdeen Proving Grounds, Maryland. He reenlisted again in 49 and moved to Fort Hood, Texas, where he was promoted to Master Sergeant. In 1952, he was transferred to Panama, where his duties included clearing the range of unexploded ammunitions. In 1961, Master Sergeant Sutton received orders to go to Vietnam, but the orders were rescinded. In 61, he was awarded the Army Commendation Medal. In 62, Master Sergeant Sutton retired after 21 years in the military. In addition to the Army Commendation Medal, he received the Good Conduct Medal with 2 bronze loops, American Defense Service Medal, American Campaign Medal, European, African, Middle Eastern Campaign Medal with 1 Silver Service Star, World War II Victory Medal, Army Occupation Medal, and the National Defense Service Medal. Mr. Sutton, I want to thank you on behalf of this nation for your service, sir. Thank you.
Said enough in my life. I'd say that make sure you're on the right road and keep traveling. All right.
Mr. Speaker, that's it. That's all I have.
Is that it, Deputy?
Yes, sir.
Good job.
Thank you.
At this time, before we continue with our regular business, there's a special presentation that I would like to do here on behalf of the Tribal Council. Back in the middle 90s, right when I took office, there were 2 elderly people that came to my office and made a request. One was Bill Glass Sr., the other was Mary Groundhog Sellers. And the request that they made was to build a chapel at Sequoia High School. And Doris Hines at that time, Brenda Walker were on the committee, and they had raised some funds. And I think it came out to be like $57,000 to erect this large church that we have, our chapel. And that was not enough to build the chapel. So, and we needed it in a timely way. Instead of going out raising some money, these 3 gentlemen volunteered to build the chapel. if we just provide the materials. If you go back and look at the history of Sequoia, I guarantee you after that chapel was built, you'll start seeing how blessings just started flowing on that school. If you go back and look at that history, we had difficult times before then. And that's what these two elders requested, that they didn't ask for a house, they didn't ask for scholarship for their kids. They asked for that chapel to be built. So at this time, we have little gifts for Mr. Clint Ballou. Would you please come down? Wade Tackett, Hominy Lilday. These are the three gentlemen, and we were talking about this. Bill Glass Jr. and Demas, they had just provided this large statue of a feather there by the chapel. We were talking about that a week ago. So these guys didn't ask to be recognized back then, but I thought someone needs to tell their story, because I always get asked, who built that chapel? Where did the funds come from? So at this time, these are the three people that made it possible to build that chapel there at Sequoia High School. So I'd like for you to give them and Bill Glass Jr., would you come down?
I can't believe he called you an elder.
Yeah, I want you guys to show what it is that we got. The Secretary of the Council, you want to take over?
To God be the glory. Never thought I'd have 2 grandchildren going to school at Sequoia, but thank you guys very much.
We were going to get David Walkenstick to pick out the gifts, but we backed out and had Gail Miller pick out those gifts. So would you show what we got for you guys? Now, I think the thermostat is stuck, so it's going to be appropriate tonight.
Jacket? Got it?
Does this one have a pouch on it?
Yes, it has.
Thank you.
Chief, come down, let's do a quick photo.
No, they didn't.
We appreciate what you guys did for us.
Well, he's got the man side.
Deputy Chief, would you come too?
I'm getting a picture, guys.
Deputy, will you come on that?
Thank the Lord to have the opportunity to work for the Housing Authority at the time, and they granted me the leave time to come and build this chapel. And I had done this really in reference to my father, who was a student at Sequoia back in the 1918, I believe it was. So in remembrance of him, I donated my time.
Well, it was a joy to do something for the kids, that they can come off the streets and a particular person to preach the word of Jesus Christ to those kids and their family, when they don't have the opportunity in other areas. They have something here, and it was just a joy to be a part of it and to be a part of this. I want to say thank each and every one of them. Oh,
Bill?
Well, this is kind of like was a dream come true thing for my father, and what we want to do as artists, my son and I, is now to bring light to this thing that happened, and then on a plaque, they're going to do some research, and I think former school board members, but we'd like to include anybody that was involved in the project to be a part of it and have a plaque made, and go along, and so we can document the history of this, and all you guys' name be on the plaque too. So that's kind of our idea.
Good. Good. All right. We thank you guys. Okay, we'll get back to the business at hand. Action, no unfinished business. Committee reports, Housing Authority, Mr. Gary Cooper.
Mr. Speaker, members of the council, good evening. I know you've had a long day, and it seems like, gosh, just a little bit ago, I know it's only been a couple hours, so I reported to you all in committee, so I'm going to try to keep my report very brief this evening because I know that you have some items to finish up on the agenda this evening. Let's see, it's been just a little over 1 month, so just 30 and a few days that Housing Rehab transferred over to the Housing Authority. We continue to work to ensure delivery of services to our families, and we'll continue to work on that and improve the delivery of services across the 14 counties of the Cherokee Nation in the weeks and months to come. We have several employees who transferred over, and we'll work with them to make sure that we're able to deliver services in a timely manner. And quality services to our families. As I always mention, the type of impact that we make in families and the numbers of families we serve with our housing assistance. And since these are numbers as of the end of February, we don't have rehab numbers will not be in here, so you might just keep in mind that this is before, and then next month I'll give you the overall, so you'll see a little bit of jump and how big of jump or increase that is. At the end of February, we provided assistance to just a little bit over 6,850 families. And that is assistance through one of our home ownership programs, our rental assistance programs, our apartments that we own in many of your communities throughout the Cherokee Nation. It is also assistance that we provide to low-income families in conjunction with AMRAND for an affordable option to homeowners insurance for families who need it through the Community Shield program. That program itself provides assistance to almost 2,700 families on a monthly basis. And we continue to look for ways to improve and expand that program. Since I am reporting for numbers prior to the transfer of rehab, as of March 1st over at the Housing Authority, we had a total of 179 employees. We are proud to report that 96% of those are Cherokee and 98% are other Native Americans. And I'm happy to say that 100% of the hires that we have made since we moved back over to their all-new hires have been Cherokee, so it's 100% Cherokee for new ones, but there was some who worked in housing programs before that weren't. So we're proud of that. I know that y'all have had a long day. I reported to you just a short time ago, so I wanted to try to be as brief as I could this evening because I know that y'all have some business to get to. With that, I'll close, and I'll be happy to answer any questions if you have any.
Any questions from Mr. Gary Cooper? Councilor Walkenstick.
Mr. Cooper, I just want to commend you, Mr. Slaton, and Chief, and your housing board on giving an option of the new design on the Indian homes. That's thinking outside the box. Anyways, I appreciate you guys doing that. There's a lot of people bragging about it, especially up in the Bayou.
Well, and thank you, Counselor, and we will continue to work with other folks too to make sure that we're able to offer other options as well, maybe in the future. And since we've looked at some options on the high end, we'll look and see what we can do maybe to help more families.
Get some prices down, nail down, get with as well on the new design.
Okay.
What it's going to cost roughly.
Sure.
Thank you, Chair.
Okay. Anybody else? Thank you, Gary.
Thank you, Speaker. Thank you, Council.
Next, we have Mr. Shawn Slaton, Cherokee Nation Businesses.
Good evening, Council. Good evening. Be reporting on February financials. It was a outstanding month, a great month actually, and we finished up about $15 million in net income, 2.7 more than our budget, and $2 million more than our previous years. Things are going very well through the month of March, and very proud of what our people or employees are doing. Cautionary note, of course, with the economy the way it's going, we've got a close eye on the third and fourth quarter, seeing what the impact of all the layoffs in northeast Oklahoma may or may not do to impact our business. In addition to the monthly dividend, we contributed $293,000 in taxes to the nation. Chief mentioned our projects. We're winding up the clinics, still have a few punch list items. Very proud of how those turned out and appreciate the chief allowing us to be part of that. We have our eye turned with health to the new clinic here in Tahlequah. Meetings are beginning to take place with those and planning sessions. I do want to note that a couple weeks ago with the tornado up north of Tulsa that WRD sustained minor damage. We had 2 barns destroyed and 2 horses injured. One of them ended up being euthanized. Had an incident out there today where someone climbed up on top of their RV out there to do some caulking and cleaning or whatever, fix a water leak, I guess, and somehow ended up falling off into the highline wire and electrocuting himself. And he was airlifted to St. Francis, but we were told that he was conscious when he was put into the ambulance. So thoughts and prayers are out there for him as well. Soon we'll begin an expansion or remodel makeover there at WRD. We're anticipating that to begin in the next 60 days. We also have our spa under construction there at Catoosa. Hope to finish that mid-fall. And as I mentioned, we're working with health on the new clinic. Cherokee Nation Cultural Tourism and Preservation of Oklahoma are partnering to increase awareness about the importance of gravestone preservation. We'll be holding a 2-day workshop that demonstrates how to properly care for and preserve our historical resources. The 6th Annual Gravestone Conservation Workshop is May 5th through the 6th from 9 to 4:30 at Tahlequah Public Cemetery. The cost to attend is $45 and lunch is provided. The workshop's limited to 25 people on a first-come, first-served basis. And to reserve space or get more info, they can go to preservationoklahoma.org. Currently, our employment is 6,469 employees. When you exclude the contract and temporary employees, it's 4,667. Cherokee percentage is 73%. Other native is 8.2, for a total of 81.3. And I'll be glad to answer any questions tonight.
Any questions for Mr. Slaton? I see none. Good report.
Thank you.
At this time, we'll move down to old business. I see none pending. New business coming out of resource. Counselor Snell, you want to take that?
Yes. This is a resolution authorizing the Cherokee Nation to lease tribal trust lands to the Kenwood Rural Water District for a water treatment, plant storage tank, pump station, and wells. I put that in form of motion.
Got a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Ayes have it. Coming out of Rules Committee, Counselor Buzzard, would you take that?
Yes. This is a resolution confirming the nomination of Rufus King as a governing board member of the
School?
Cherokee Immersion School Board. I put that in the form of a motion, sir.
Got a motion and a second. Discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. All opposed, the ayes have it. Okay, Rufus, you are here. You got anything to say? Yes, you can.
I'm just grateful
Hello, Rufus. Okay, number 3, Counselor Hargis, would you take that?
This is a resolution confirming the nomination of Melvina Shotpouch as a governing board member of the Cherokee Immersion School Board. I put that in the form of a motion.
Got a motion and a second. Discussion? All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Number 4, Counselor Crittenden, would you please take that?
Yes, resolution confirming the nomination of Russell J. Feeling as a governing board member of Suna Del Aquasti Cherokee Immersion School Board. I put that in the form of a motion.
You said that really well, Counselor Crittenden.
Thank you.
Oh, got a motion and a second. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? The ayes have it. Good job. Okay, moving down to number 5. Counselor England, would you take that?
Yes. This is a resolution supporting the deployment of the F-35 Lightning II fighter aircraft to the 138th Fighter Wing of the Oklahoma Air National Guard located at the Tulsa Air National Guard Base. And I move for its approval.
Got a motion and a second. Discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Okay. Number 6. Counselor Hatfield, you want to take that? Motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, the ayes have it. Number 7, Counselor Thornton.
Yes. This resolution authorizing changing the name of the South Salt Creek Park owned by the Cherokee Nation in Sequoyah County within the tribe's 14-county jurisdiction to Cherokee Nation Park. I'll make a motion to do that.
Got a motion and a second. Any discussion?
I'd like to offer a friendly.
Okay.
I'd like to offer a friendly to this and add national in front of Cherokee Nation Park.
I accept that offer.
Okay. Cherokee National Park, okay.
National Cherokee Nation Park.
National Cherokee Park.
It'd be a whole lot easier to fix a sign if it,
Okay, all right. Put me down as a sponsor.
it's already there, but we gotta put national on it.
Okay. We have a motion and second. Discussion. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Okay. Number 8, Counselor Vasquez, you want to take that?
Yes. This is an act amending LA 04-14, revising Title 26 elections of the Cherokee Nation Code annotated. I also have a motion along with that for one small correction. Page 16, under item 36, the filing, under A, filing period, the second sentence starting on the first Monday of February of the election year and ending at 5 p.m. on the first Thursday following the first Monday of, it says March in the book, and we need to change that to February, so we only have 4 days and not a month.
March to February, okay? So noted.
All right. I move for approval of this act.
Got a motion? And a second? Discussion? Shelley, let's do roll call vote on that. Okay, Counselor Buzzard?
Yes, I have some concerns about this act. I just, and I'm not going to be supporting this act because I feel like the Cherokee people had a constitutional convention and had decided on what they wanted in the election code. I feel like those people were people made up of our tribal citizens that had a voice when they made the Constitution. I think we're really messing with the Constitution of the Cherokee Nation if we go to changing some of the wording in that act. I could see if this passes, as it's stated, that we're going to have some problems with further elections to come down the road. An example would be a council member could run in a position, be elected, and be a council member for 3 years and 10 months, and then has to move to New York. And he stays up there for a year, then comes back and can run again because he didn't serve a full 4-year term. And if a person's popular enough and is good enough council member, you can probably get elected again. So I could see some interference in the future if this act's passed. So I'll not be supporting this act, Mr. Chair. Thank you.
Okay. Anybody else? Yeah, Counselor England.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Speaker. I too would not be supporting this act because I believe that from what I've read in the Constitutional Convention 99, that it's very clear that they didn't want to add school inside the term. So, and some of the words they used at the convention, and I attended the convention, and there was words used like trickery and different things like that. So there's a lot of good stuff in this election law that we worked over for a long time, but at this time, putting that one in there is going to keep me from supporting this act. So that's all I have to say. I just want to support this.
Sure. Anybody else? Yes, Counselor Lay.
I wonder if who did that? Victoria, if she could accept a friendly to remove the language that says full 4-year terms, and I can't find the page, forgive me. 4? Yeah, thank you. Double E.
I would ask why this was not brought up in committee. I thought we had discussed every issue during the last session.
Well, I believe it was brought up in committee. It was voted. I voted against this when we went through division. And I too attended the 99 convention, and I remember going through this for quite some time. And I don't recall everything. It's been since 1999. But I remember we went through it just quite a bit, and And to me, it seems like we're starting to, well, like I said during committee, I think I'll let the Constitution stand on its own where it says term. And so those are my viewpoints. And if you know, I'm just asking for a friendly to remove it.
Yeah, I guess there's a requested or recommended friendly on this. To remove full, is that what you're saying?
To remove double E in
Oh, the whole thing?
entirety, yeah. The Constitution already has what a term is.
Sure. Guys, any more discussion, guys? I mean, I hear a lot of blank looks, and we had 3 or 4 days of this in committee, so I don't see the AG here. Where's your legal counsel? I guess we're just
Mr.
legislative
Chairman.
body. We're kind of on our own here. Yes, Councilor Garber.
I can support this if we take out double E. That's what he requested, so
Okay.
I'll make a friendly on that too. I think that's all we need to do is take out double E.
We can. I want to hear any, if anybody else has input on this. Yeah, because we did a lot of changes, if that's the only one that everybody's got questions on. You can accept it or deny the friendly.
I accept the friendly. And sign that.
Let's stay in discussion here. Oh, Councilor Taylor.
I just want to make a comment, and I felt like what we were doing in our discussions in committee was trying to make our election code clearly match the Constitution. And so I feel like our intent was to match the Constitution, which says in several areas a term is 4 years. And so if the Constitution can stand on its own without this change, I'm not opposed to taking out double E, but I just want to clarify that our intention was to firm it up and to match the Constitution. We were not trying to circumvent the Constitution.
Okay, anybody else? Okay. You have a suggestion to accept the friendly or not?
I'd like to back up and decline and table this till the next committee.
Okay. You have a motion and a second to table?
Discussion?
You don't discuss? Good. Okay, all right. This is to take it back to committee. All in favor signify by saying aye. To table? Aye. All opposed? Okay, taking it back to committee. Okay, item number 9. Councilor Baker, would you take that, please?
Yes, this is the legislative act amending Title 12 of the Cherokee Nation Code annotating establishing a Cherokee Nation judgment fund. I make a motion that it be approved by acclamation.
Second.
Okay, motion second by acclamation. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Okay. Councilor Walkenstick, would you take item number 10?
Yes, sir. This is the legislative act in Title 21 of the Cherokee Nation Code relating to sanctions against property. And I put that as a form of motion.
Okay, got a motion and second. Discussion?
By acclamation.
Okay, by acclamation. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Okay. Coming out of Executive and Finance Committee, Counselor Taylor, you want to take that?
This is a resolution authorizing the Cherokee Nation to incur indebtedness and authorizing the approval of a loan agreement and limited waiver of sovereign immunity as part of the United States Indian Health Service joint venture expansion of the Cherokee Nation Tahlequah outpatient facility. And I'll put that in the form of a motion.
Okay, you have a motion and a second?
Mr. Chairman,
Yes, sir.
I'd like to be added as a sponsor, please.
Okay. Anybody else for sponsor? Okay, that's most everybody. Counselor Thornton. Okay. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. All opposed? Okay. We have, Counselor Taylor, you want to take that as well?
This is an act amending Legislative Act 1615, authorizing the comprehensive capital budget for fiscal year 2016, modification 2, and declaring an emergency, and I move for its approval.
Motion and a second. By acclamation. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. All opposed? Counselor Warner, you want to take the last one?
Yes, sir. This is an act amending Legislative Act 17-15, authorizing the comprehensive operating budget for fiscal year 2016, Mod 6, and declaring an emergency. I put this in the form of a motion.
Second. Okay, got a motion and a second.
By acclamation.
By acclamation. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. All opposed? We're good. Okay, announcements?
Well, Speaker, I'd like to amend the agenda to bring forward a resolution coming out of the Health Committee today and add that to as number
Okay.
14.
Got a motion and a second to amend the agenda. This came out of Health Committee, item number 14. Okay, all in favor to amend the agenda, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, all opposed, the ayes have it. Counselor Hargis, you got it?
This is a resolution authorizing Legal Aid Services of Oklahoma, Inc. to pursue AmeriCorps funding on behalf of Cherokee Nation to develop a medical legal partnership with Cherokee Nation. I put that in form of a motion. Second.
Motion and a second. Discussion. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed. Okay. Any announcements? Right side. Yes, Counselor Austin.
Yesterday, we had the privilege of presenting a proclamation to the Verdigris boys basketball team 2016 state champion. This photo is for Chief Baker, thanking him for the proclamation from the team. And I do want to point out that this year, they won the state championship in 2008 by defeating Tahlequah. This year they didn't defeat Tahlequah in the state championship, so we're good.
Yeah.
Thank you, Chief Baker, from Verdigris boys basketball team.
Okay. We'll take that as a good thing, Counselor Austin. Okay. Anybody else over here? Yeah, Counselor Crittenden.
I'm going to have a community meeting at Westfield Pentecostal Church right across from the football field, April 26th, 6 to 8. Lots of food. Hope to see you there.
Okay. Counselor Hargis.
We'll be having a community meeting at Chewy Community Building Saturday the 16th at 3 o'clock, and everybody is invited.
Okay. Counselor Vasquez.
Yes, in my District 11, we have 2 community meetings coming up in April. On the 21st at Veneta at the Cherokee Nation Health Clinic, starting at 6 o'clock, and April 26th at South Coffeyville, also starting at 6. Both of these are going to be good meetings, and you're invited. Thank you.
Okay. Anybody else?
Motion
Okay.
to adjourn?
Okay, we just thank each and every one of you for attending the Cherokee Nation Tribal Council. Safe travel. Negado, sweetie, lo say. Pardon.